A major ambition of the exhibition was to reunite the 8 known surviving panels from the back predella of the Maestà. And, that's really the section of the altarpiece that has been long since dispersed. Much of the rest, of course, has been retained in Siena, thank goodness. But the opportunity to bring that section of the altarpiece together, it wasn't just about the coup, the kind of marketing value or the excitement that you can generate from saying that this is a first and this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and this hasn't happened since the 18th century, but really the opportunity to experience those works all together and to start to think about how sophisticated Duccio was as in conceiving sequence and the way in which the episodes relate one to the next. And this is not work that hasn't been done by scholars, and there are books and studies of the way in which Duccio really excels as a painter of narrative, but there is nothing that compares to the experience of actually having them all in one space and being able to experience them at the sort of height that they might have been viewed at originally and in the sequence that they were originally intended to be. And the Maestà, when it was painted, the carpentry was completely completed before painting began. So unlike later polyptychs, which the Sienese become such great experts in, where you maybe have lots of individual panels around the workshop, which you then bring together in a framework with battening, etc., on the altar once the whole thing is complete. The Maestà was an existing structure, this enormous kind of architectural body, which would have been in Duccio's workshop. And so inevitably, he would have painted it top to bottom. And, that's just a practical thing, because if you've already painted the bottom scenes and then you're climbing on scaffolding and ladders, etc., you're going to damage the lower sections and you may, have paint flying everywhere or goodness knows. So with the back predella, what we're looking at is not just an element long since dispersed, but also probably the element that he painted last. And therefore, in a way, an opportunity to witness Duccio at the height of his powers, Duccio who's really sort of ironed out the creases in terms of his abilities as a narrative painter. And so these are some of the most sophisticated and impressive narrative episodes in the whole construction.